So I'm out today testing an e-bike. Now I know what people are going to say, oh no, not another e-bike, Dan. But listen and hear me out, why I've got this one and why I accepted to use this e-bike. Now the reason why I said yeah about me reviewing this Cyrusher kommoda electrical e-bike on my channel is, as you can see here, there's no middle bar, so it's very easy to step in and out of. Now that is good for people that's got mobility problems or can't get the leg right over the standard bike. A lot like my dad. My dad got hurt in the Falklands, he's getting on a bit, so I agreed to show this bike on the channel if I could pass it on to him, and they're very fine with that. So this is why I'm doing this. You know, it's a little way to give this to my dad so he can get outdoors and enjoy this summer and many summers to come with a bit of luck. Now 750 watt battery, hydraulic brakes, your motor's at the back here. You've got a little rack here where you can put a bag on it. Super soft sprung seat there. The pedals fold up in case you want to try and get it in your car somehow or another. They do fold up, in and down. Front suspension, middle suspension, everything is just great for people like my dad who cannot get his leg over the bike, let's say, over the bike, and get outdoors and enjoy the summertime. Excellent battery there. I think the battery is 750 watt, 14A amp or something. I knew I'd forget that. Everything could be in the description below. So what I'm going to do is, and it's got mud guards. That's something my dad wanted to know, if it did have mud guards, you know, in case it splashes back at him. Now you can see I've well used it. I give this bike a try before I brought it to the channel, and I think it's brilliant, and I'm very excited to see my dad out on this bike. 20-inch fat tyres and the 4-inch across, LED lights, and it's got an awesome little horn. You press this here to put your lights on, turn it back off, and your lights as well at the back. It's a brake light. I would have liked to seen these as indicators, but nope, it's just brake lights. Unless they are indicators and I can't work it out on the display board. LED display board there. So at the moment it's saying number 1, and you just turn up to 2, 3, 4, 5's your full power. High, medium, low, eco. I turned this off by just pressing a little OK button underneath, and I cycled down without wasting any of the battery at all. This is your gear changer, 1 to 7. I put the throttle on it. You're not allowed these on over the UK, but I put it on just for the American viewers of my channel. I've got a lot of American viewers as well. So yeah, I put this on just to show it, but once I've done the video I'll be taking it off because my dad don't want it on either. So they are saying you can do up to 50 miles on this e-bike on a full charge. Is that in the lowest setting? I don't know, but what I do know is we're at a bridleway where I can go 11.5 miles one way and 11.5 miles back. So we get on with journey, and then once we've done all this and we get back to this spot, once I've shown you all the fantastic views, we'll see what the battery power's on. So as you can see there, then we do need to go that way. There's a train station just behind us called Loamore train station. So yeah, let's get on with this ride. There is a lot of fantastic things that I'm going to show you along the way. We head towards the canal, we join the canal for a little bit. There's some sculptures what I'm going to show you. I think the best thing I can do is get on this bike and let's have a good time. I think I may have forgot to tell you, it comes with this little stand here. I was going to take it off, but the old man said leave it on for him, so that'll be staying in place. All you do is kick it across with your foot, job done. Yeah, a little bit of a self-confession. I've left my helmet at home. I got all the way down here before I realised, and I thought there's no way I'm going back now to pick the helmet up. But something you do have to realise is, we'll just get through these bolsters here, like that. The minute you push down in assist 5, It just really wants to take you real quick. Morning. That is quite quick. Right, so what I want to show you here is the throttle. Use it once only and that's it. Just press it down and straight away it gives you the speed to go straight up to 15 mile an hour UK law, that is. We can only go up to 15 mile an hour. But see what I mean? As soon as you press that, you got the full speed there. Just turn my hand off it a little bit now and it'll start slowing down a little bit because there's no need for me because I'm not pedaling anything like that. If I pedal, I get up to 15 mile an hour again, plus I'm pedaling away. The minute I stop pedaling, the second the e-bike stops helping me. So you've got to keep pedaling to keep up to the 15 mile an hour. So we're going under the tunnel here. I'm very hardly putting any effort into this pedalling at all. And I'm going 15 mile an hour. So already I've done a mile without even taking a breath really. Battery still on 100%. I just want to show you this. You can see why people like these electrical bikes. Yep, still on. I don't think you can see it. 100%. Power 5. So these are some things that you do see along the way. Metal sheet made out of bolts, nuts, some clamps, horseshoes, industrial crane hooks there, another one here. Fantastic artwork that. You've got a couple more here. Check that out for a garden bench. That is a big bench, isn't it? Once again made out from bits of old metal. Says Lane on it there. Yeah, these look like something off of part of a machine. You got some tapped holes there and some here. This is part off of something. Brilliant what they're doing. Just makes it a lot better, doesn't it? So if you're just wondering why there's so many tunnels, this used to be an old train track and they did it up so it's a nice walk area. Bikes, horses come on here as well. but I'm still on 97% of the battery and we've done a few miles now. Easy life, these e-bikes. Are they lazy? That's the question. Comment below, let me know. Are e-bikes making cycling lazy? It's making it easy for the elder generation or people with, you know, mobility problems like this bike is. But let me know, do you think the e-bikes are making it lazy? So we come to these. There's quite a lot of them in one circle. I'm just going to turn the e-bike off. And the screen should go off there. Nice LED screen, that easy to see in the sunshine as well. What we'll do is I'm just going to cycle through it myself, because I really don't want the e-bike just to take off and end up going straight into one of these metal circle rolling things. Yeah, they just go around. That looks crazy on the camera. There's one thing that I do recommend you do if you get one of these bikes, any type of these bikes are, check the mileage that you go in to the battery power, because this bike alone is 36 kilos. So if this runs out of power, it is quite a hard cycle, and if it's an elderly person using it, it could be very difficult for them to push it around. It's not the lightest of e-bikes at all. My Ellie Glide one, it's just like a mountain bike, just with a battery pack on it, and that's not too bad. But this one, 36 kilos in weight, it's not the lightest of e-bikes. So, we've joined onto the canal. We've got the canal on this side, the river is over the hill on that side. Yeah, we've hit the canal. Now here is some sort of camping spot what I want to try and find. I came down here about 7 years ago. I saw a lovely little spot where I wanted to set up a one-man tent, and I never got back down to trying it. So with this e-bike and my other one, it makes it easy for me to do this, even though I won't be keeping this one. I'm sure I could borrow it off my dad. Right, let's do some cycling on the canal. So it doesn't seem a bad bike on the rougher surfaces as well. Makes a little bit of bouncing around noise. Apart from that, still seems to do absolutely fantastic. So we've come to some locks now. Go up here. Easy, took me up that hill then, didn't it? Very easily. Wow. See, I don't know how far I've come yet on this e-bike. I ain't even broken a sweat yet. I ain't been out of breath once. I'm not the fittest of fellas, I get that, but e-bikes, electric bikes, they just make it so easy for people, don't they? I'm not saying this is the best e-bike on the market and everyone should shoot out and getting it. If you're someone my age, a bit younger, you might want a normal mountain bike / e-bike. There's plenty on the website. I'll share a link in the description anyway. But I'm sure if you put it in Google or somewhere like that, you'll always find these companies that are selling e-bikes, electrical bikes and stuff. Right, I'm gonna go find a spot to have some dinner. So by the looks of it, we've hit the end of the canal, exactly where I want it to be. It opens up to the river. I didn't know barges can go in the river. Someone's just been going up the lock then. I don't know, can they? I don't know. Well, there must be, because there's like a walkway here with some tight points down here. Let's have a little look here. Yeah, so they must be able to come to this point here. So I think on the way to here, I came past a little spot where I want to go now and have my dinner. I just kept cycling. I was just enjoying it. Enjoying the e-bike, enjoying being outdoors. I know I could have had fun like this on any bike. Push bike, e-bike. What does it make any difference? Electrical bike. It's just easy, innit? I'm a lazy git. Right, let's go find this spot again and I'll show you what I'm going to have for my dinner. So I thought I'd quickly bring you back for this. We've done half the trip and we're on 69% battery. Still level 5, notes changed. So, well now it's on 70. So we've only used 30% of the power. It's this far so far, so let's see what it's like once we've finished the trip. Right, time for some dinner and a nice cup of coffee. Not like I've needed drinks, I haven't really done much effort really cycling. But that's one thing I've realised with this bike. It's got nowhere for a water bottle to connect to. Maybe that's something they could do with looking into. Right, so we're going to have a Costa coffee. I think it's light here maybe. Best thing about having these boil in the bag meals, once it's warm, you take it out, turn your gas down, you can use the water that you boiled the meal in and make yourself a brew out of it. So for my dinner, I've got this beef burrito style filled with rice, spiced minced beef with black beans, rice and red kidney peppers. This is out of a British Army ration pack. So I'll just sit here next to the river, and have some dinner. Got a little bit of spice to it, not too bad. I'm going to have this and I'm going to give me true thoughts about the e-bike. So the e-bike, what do I think about it? I think it's brilliant, to be truthful. I'm not just saying it because, you know, I've got it sent and now I'm going to pass it on to my father so he can enjoy the outdoors and getting used to using it and stuff. It's a good solid bike. You know, amount of cobbles and lumps and stuff I threw it across this path, never any issues at all. And then as I'm attempting a hill, as soon as it notices a bit of pressure going onto the pedals, then it wants to get you up there itself. It's not interested in you pedalling, if that makes any sense. There's a slight issue with it, and I'm gonna have to be honest. So I won't exactly say it's an issue with the bike, it's just something you need to think about. With there being no pole here, then when you're standing on the bike, say like this, it's got that capability of falling over like so, and it'll go the other way as well. If you've got a normal mountain bike with the bar across here, then that'll hit your thighs and it won't fall over, but just like this, it's very easily for it to fall over. Like I say, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's something you may need to think about if you're looking at getting a bike this design. But overall, it's a cracking bike. Let's get back on track. I tell you what is really good about his hydraulic brakes. The second you want to stop, they stop you. That's just the back brake. When you get the front brake going as well, it just stops you. The hydraulic brakes are brilliant. Right, so we're back where we started. The battery was 100%. Let's see what it is now. Bear in mind, coming back up is a bit of a slope, so the bike would have had to work a little bit harder. But it's not too bad really. So I hope you can see it. 29%. Notes changed, same power level, same gear. To take the battery off, you have a key for it here, and all this lifts out, and then you stick your charger at the bottom side here. If you want to charge it whilst the battery's in the bike, you just use this little point here. So 70% of the battery, just under 23 miles. You know, give and take, going backwards and forwards a little bit for shots for the video. It is what it is, isn't it? 50 miles, I think you're going to have to be on one of the lowest settings for that. Depends, flat, up, downhill, I think all that's going to go into play with it. But for me, I was happy about that. It did me good. I'm going to get myself off home now. There'll be something on the screen here. Hit that, you better subscribe to my channel. Yeah, hit that and you better subscribe to my channel. I'll share another video for you to watch. But most of all, thanks for watching.